Bonjour, Jack.
Bonjour.
Do you know why I said bonjour and not hello?
No.
I'll tell you why at the end of the video.
Okay.
Oh, it's a tease that. It's a good tease that, isn't it? It's a good tease that. We'll find out more later. Meanwhile, here's the wrestling news. WWE want more celebrities. We'll talk about it in a moment. Plus, future plans for former Retribution members have been revealed. And which top AEW team is getting themselves some new theme music? Find out later on. Following the success of Bad Bunny, who Canadian destroyed his way into our hearts at WrestleMania, more celebrities on the horizon, Jack? What's the story here?
Yeah, Stephanie McMahon was on the Rich Eisen show the other day and was basically asked about which other non-wrestling or not which other celebrities she'd like to see involved in WWE, and she gave a few answers. Quite a variety of answers, but yeah, she said, from an athlete perspective, I would love to see the Williams sisters, Venus and Serena, either individually or together in WWE. There are so many incredible female and male athletes out there that I would love to bring into the promotion. She also mentioned Cardi B, of course, because recently we saw Cardi B's name get mentioned on Raw, and then she was tweeting about it in a sort of very confused way, saying, why are they talking about me on WWE? But she revealed that she was a fan when she was a kid and all that sort of thing. And then Stephanie also said, I think they're going in a completely other direction. Matthew McConaughey has been really catching on in terms of WWE. He was on Raw to promote his book, and he and Drew had an interaction. There just seems like there is an opportunity there. So there are a lot of untapped celebrities and influencers I would love to work with.
So let's look at this then. The Williams sisters. I mean, they desperately need tag teams for that division. So why not the Williams sisters?
Oh, they'd break them up. They'd break them apart a few months in.
And they just put them in a battle royal where they fight each other.
Yeah.
That's foolish behaviour. Cardi B. I think some fun to be had working with Cardi B. I genuinely feel like she'd be up for getting involved in the wrestling. I really do.
It did seem like it, didn't it? It seemed like she wasn't too familiar with the current product, but that's not necessarily like a barrier in the way. I doubt a lot of celebrities they get in are too clued up on modern day wrestling, so maybe that would work as well.
I like that. Matthew McConaughey. Now, in the work chat, it has been floated the idea that Matthew McConaughey could come in as Riddle's dad.
Oh, okay.
Which I'm not against, I'll be honest with you.
I am, just because, well, you know, what Riddle's promos are like, and, oh, damn it.
I think Owen Wilson would be more fun as Riddle's dad.
Yes, that makes a bit more sense. Yeah, I think that would work, definitely. But Matthew McConaughey, I don't know whose dad he would be. I'll have to have a think.
Think on that. In terms of celebrities, like, so we're obviously at this point now where Bad Bunny's done well for them, Logan Paul's done well for them, and it feels eerily similar to what they went through during the New Generation era, which we talk about on the Cultaholic Classic Raw review every Tuesday, out later on, and where they're leaning more on celebrity involvement once again to try and get that mainstream popcorn popping. Is there any celebrities that seem off the beaten track that you'd love to see getting amongst it within WWE?
Oh, I can't quite think. That's obviously a very broad spectrum, but
very broad spectrum of people. I mean,
sometimes they bring in people that maybe it's just because in the UK they're not as big to us, but then in America they are. I don't know. Have you got any ideas?
Yeah. NXT UK Takeover Cardiff 2022. The return to the ring of the artist formerly known as Nixon Newell.
Okay.
Right? So we have her popping back to the big return of Tegan Knox, sang to the ring by Tom Jones.
Okay, right. Because okay.
Please welcome Tom Jones.
I've got a bit of an issue with Tom Jones.
What?
So you know The Voice, right? You know on The Voice how he's one of the judges.
I do.
I feel like this stuff. I feel like he's got like a Hogan WCW contract because in between all the acts and everything, it's just the other celebrities just talking to Tom, being like, "Wow, you've such a great career, Tom," and he's like, "Oh, I don't want to talk about that." It's like, "Oh, what are you on about?" And then at one point, Ollie Murs gets up and sings a bit of a song, but he's like, "Come on, Tom, join in." I'm like, Tom's always got to be involved, does he? Does Tom have to always be involved? Oh, I don't know.
Did Tom Jones then stand up and just give Ollie Murs one finger to the chest? Ollie Murs hits the ground. He ruined the voice, and that's why Vince bought it. Talking of ruined teams, this blends in quite nicely. Retribution wrapped up at Fastlane just before WrestleMania. We've seen T-Bar and Mace on Monday Night Raw, now without their masks. And, by the way, what a smack to the face Mace took with his own mask on Monday Night Raw from Drew McIntyre. Jeez!
Yeah.
Beefy. That was a horrible bit of... Watch that. That's the only bit of Raw you need to watch. Watch that bit. But what of the other two members of Retribution then, Jack?
So we've obviously got Reckoning, or Mia Yim. PW Insider have confirmed that she has been moved to the SmackDown brand following the breakup of Retribution. But there's no word yet on when she'll be debuting, or if she'll retain the Reckoning persona, or if she'll be back to Mia Yim. Also, in terms of Slapjack, formerly known, of course, as Shane Thorne, he's also going to be moving to SmackDown, according to John Pollock of Post Wrestling. So it looks like it's not just been a split in terms of the team fragmenting, but half of the team has been shifted to the other brand. So we'll have to see what's in store for them.
Now, Mia Yim, I think, should return as Mia Yim. I think that Reckoning nonsense can go in the bin. Keep Slapjack.
Okay.
I think because Shane Thorne is very good, but I don't think Shane Thorne as Shane Thorne truly stood out.
Right.
I think there is something in a comedy character in Slapjack on SmackDown.
Potentially, and you know,
somebody who thinks he's better than he is. He walks around calling the show Slapdown.
Oh yes.
Just talking about how brilliant he is and constantly getting beaten. There's something fun in that for me.
Not sure how much Shane Thorne himself would like that idea, but you never know if that would happen. He could turn that into gold.
I think he could turn that very much into gold and save himself from disappearing into nothing. We saw last Thursday the release of multiple stars from WWE. Tucker, Levi Cooper, one of those that got let go. Now, he went on a bit of a tangent on Twitter shortly afterwards, sending quite a few very short, sharp, curt, spicy tweets out. He has had a couple of days to kind of think on this. He put out a video on his socials yesterday with a bit more of a grounded response to his being released. He said, quote, "You know, the weekend's come and gone, and I've had a chance over the last few days to do some reflecting, and so I wanted to take time to say thank you. Thank you to all of the men and women who made my time in WWE a more enjoyable experience. And the men and women on the production side, behind the cameras, the lights and the microphones, setting up and tearing down the rings and the monitors. We truly would not have a show, and it wouldn't even be an ounce of what it is without all the time, effort and dedication that you guys put in and week out. To upper management, even though we maybe didn't see eye to eye on everything, you guys gave me an opportunity to do something that I love and to provide for my family. I'll always be grateful for that, so thank you. And finally, I want to say moving forward, I don't know exactly what the future holds, but I do know this. I am infinitely excited to use lessons and skills that I developed while in WWE over the last 7 years and apply them to whatever is moving forward. I want to say, guys, lastly, I hope you have a great week. Happy Monday, and keep grinding. It's not Monday anymore, it's Tuesday, but you get the general idea. Tucker, after this, was invited on Chris Jericho's podcast, so expect Tucker to have a chat with Jericho in a bit.
That's very exciting.
It is, isn't it? I'm big fan. What do you reckon? What's the future hold for Tucker? It's hard to tell, but what do you reckon?
It is very hard to tell. I'm not entirely certain, but I do sympathize with him a little bit because obviously he put out those initial tweets which were very, probably fueled by a lot of anger and emotion. But since having time to calm down, I really like the fact that he's gone, you know what, a lot of people deserve credit. And he's given credit to those who sometimes maybe don't get enough of a spotlight, like everybody, all the crew and all the people behind the scenes and everything. So I'm glad that he's given them credit, definitely. And I don't know what's next for him, really. I always thought in Heavy Machinery that even though this was clearly like the funny one and the star and everything, Tucker really did have something. Me and Ross were both big fans of Tucker's performance in the Elimination Chamber match when he was like diving off the pod, and he's a very, very athletic guy for his size, very agile. So I think really there are a lot of opportunities for him out there, and hopefully he seems like a good guy, so hopefully he can take them.
Tucker is All Elite. No, let's not play that game. But we will end on All Elite Wrestling. The Young Bucks made a little throwaway comment during Being the Elite that may give us some indication to some new theme music for them. What's going on, Jack?
They made a throwaway comment at a house show or their house show, which was that they were meant to be coming out to Kansas's "Carry On My Wayward Son," but it hasn't happened yet. Now, I don't know, Tom, how seriously it's. Do we know if this is true? I don't know.
Well, again, the exact wording was from Being the Elite, which was recorded at The House Always Wins. In a perfect world, we'd be coming out to Carry On Wayward Son by Kansas, but we couldn't get it done tonight. I mean, it's on brand for what AEW are doing right now. We've seen Tarzan Boy applied to Jungle Boy, the Baltimore Classic. We've seen Where Is My Mind being given to Orange Cassidy. So Tony Khan hasn't got an issue with opening up that checkbook and sending it to the music people to get these things signed up. Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas as theme music for the Young Bucks. I mean, it's a great song. It
is a great song. I don't know if it would work or not, because isn't it a bit of a... Doesn't everyone get a bit excited when that comes on? They're like, yeah, but then the Bucks are heels now. I don't know. It would fit their whole theme as like, we're just good old American boys, and it would be... I guess it would work in that way. But they're one of the few in AEW, I think, who maybe their music's distinctive enough already.
Maybe, but I guess we'll see. I would like to see how it pans out. I don't know why it reminded me of this, because Carry On My Wayward Son seems like a weird choice for theme music, but then I remember from WrestleMania week watching Effie's Big Gay Brunch and being reminded that Effie's theme tune is Elton John's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. And, oh, it works. Oh, it's a delightful treat. So give us a bit of Kansas City, AEW, you cowards.
Just Kansas there, Tom. Just Kansas.
What did I say?
Kansas City. You've
no.
You've obviously got American football on the brain.
I've been thinking a bit about Superb Owls again, haven't I?
Yeah.
Kansas, you cowards. Give us Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas, you cowards. Anyway, that's enough from us. Au revoir. See, that's why I said bonjour earlier. Did you get it? That's the payoff. That's the payoff.
See you later, Tom.
Love you, bye.